Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Tanya and I love to read. My favorite genres being romantasy and dark romance, though I do enjoy a couple of thrillers as well. I know it's been a while since I uploaded a video over here, but January has been pretty hectic in terms of work. I also have been reading quite a lot in the last 2 to 3 weeks, so I have a lot to update you guys. And I've also received a couple of book mails this month, and I also did a lot of book shopping. So I thought today's video could be about unboxing all my book mail and also showing you guys what all I bought in the month of December and January. So I have a lot of books to show you, so we're just gonna dive straight in. The first package that I want to show you guys, and I've already opened it because I wanted to do an unboxing for Instagram, is this book by Saoirse Ray. This is the second book called Silver Tears. It's part of her Sapir series. And I'm so happy she sent me a copy because you don't get these books here in India. So I'm very, very excited. I read both the books and currently waiting for the third book, which is due to be out very, very soon. I think we all know by now how much I love the series. I've raved about it all over my Instagram, also on my YouTube. So I read both these books, book one, which is Cerulean Truth, and book two, which is Silver Tears, on Kindle Unlimited, since you don't get physical copies of these books here in India. And honestly, I am in love with this series, and I never thought I'd be able to hold this book in my hands. I'm so excited for part 3 to come out. Okay, so now I'm opening the next package. So some of these I ordered off of Amazon. I've honestly forgotten what all I've ordered because some of these packages have been lying with me since December, and I genuinely wanted to open it on here with you guys, so I've just been holding off. But I think now I can't delay it any longer, and I just want to open them and see what all we've got. As you know, I wanted to read the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare, and I do have book 1, 2, I do have book 1, 2, 3, and 6. So I wanted to complete the series, and that's why I got the other book. So this one is book 5 by Cassandra Clare. This is the City of Lost Souls. Honestly, I have no idea what the series is about, but a lot of people have raved about it. A lot of people love this author. A lot of people love the series. So I'm very, very excited to get into it. Yeah, you can see it. Okay, so this is book 5, as I said. I'm sure we'll have like book 4 somewhere inside, somewhere here only. So the next one, okay, I think I know what this one is. Honestly, guys, I've forgotten what all I ordered because it's been so long. But now I'm excited because it's like, it's all the more exciting when you don't remember. It's like someone's gifted these books to me, but actually I've gifted them to myself. So, okay, this is Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. Honestly, I got this because of the sprayed edges. They're so pretty. The book is so pretty. I've been wanting to read this for so long. I do have another book by B.K. Borison. It's called Love Life Farms, which I haven't read yet, which I will be reading this year. And yeah, like the cover is so cute. This is a Christmassy book, but I'll probably be reading it next month. So let me just read the back. He is the ghost of Christmas past, but she's not exactly Scrooge. Nolan Callahan intends to spend this holiday season exactly like every other, haunting the terrible people of Annapolis in his aimless existence as the ghost of Christmas past. Harriet York is a good person, or at least she tries to be, a people pleaser to her core, and she always does what's expected of her. So when Nolan is assigned the sweeter than Candy Cane's antique shop owner for his holiday haunting, neither of them have any idea why. To escape one another, Harriet and Nolan must unravel the threads that bind them together, all by Christmas Eve. Hand in hand, they uncover each other's past, but why is it that Nolan doesn't want to let go? And might Harriet be the key to giving the ghost of Christmas past a future? So this is obviously a paranormal romance. I mean, I read that it was, but I'd forgotten. So yeah, I will probably be reading this in Feb, because Feb is all about Valentine's Day and I want to read a lot of romance books in Feb, so this is definitely going into my TBR. So this next one is from a friend of mine, and she wanted to give this book to me. Wait, let me just unbox it first. Ew. Okay, so this one is Circle of Days by Ken Follett. I don't know how to pronounce this. But yeah, so she, my friend Nena, she lives in Kochi, and she had 2 copies of this book, so she sent me one. That's so sweet of her. Thank you, Nena. And I'm very excited to read this. I've never read any book by this author. Not gonna lie, it is quite big. So it just says the deeply human story of one of the world's greatest mysteries. Okay. Circle of Days. Very excited to read this one, even though I have no idea what it's about, but I love being surprised. So this next one, okay, I ordered this one off of Amazon, and this was one of my most anticipated romance reads that I obviously wanted to read because I'd heard so much about this. And it's If It Makes You Happy by Julie Olivia. This book has done really well. I don't think I've seen a person online who hasn't given this a 5 stars. So I was very excited to read this, and I ordered it back in December. The cover is so cute. Okay, so I'm going to quickly read the back. My new next door neighbor Cliff seems to have everything figured out. Small town golden boy? Check. Single dad extraordinaire? Check. Hot baker forearms? I didn't notice them, I swear. I, on the other hand, don't have anything figured out. Trust me, I didn't think taking over my mum's dream bed and breakfast in Copper Run, Vermont was going to be easy. But apparently my scones belong in the garbage with my small talk skills. Cliff is inescapable. His charm, the way he wears flannel, and even his pastries make not wanting to be friends with him and his daughters pretty hard. Friends? I can make friends. That's safe, except I'm leaving in 3 months, so ask me why I'm thinking about kissing my hot neighbor. Okay? I'm very excited to read this, and I think Feb is the perfect month to get into this cozy romance. And yeah, I'm going to be picking this one up very soon. It's time for our next package. This is another one from Mortal Instruments. This is book number 4. This is City of Fallen Angels. I love these covers. I do not like the new covers that are out. Honestly, I love these covers. They're so pretty. The colors are also so nice. And I'm so happy that I found them on Amazon. This series is definitely going to be read by me this year. I'm so excited. So excited. You have no idea. I'm not going to read the back of this book, obviously, because it's not book number 1 and I don't want to spoil anything for myself. I've already introduced, I think, Mortal Instruments, the first book. It's called City of Bones in my previous video. It was supposed to be read by me last year. I think it was part of my November TBR, but unfortunately I wasn't able to read it then. So I will pick this up sometime this year, hopefully soon, and I'll keep you guys updated. So last package that we have to unbox. I think this is also going to be like a... Yeah. This is book 2 of Mortal Instruments, and this is The City of Ashes. So, see, just look at these colors. They're so pretty. Wait, let me show you. I'm so excited to read this series. And I'm so happy I have them now. Really looking forward to reading these. So now that the packages are done, I want to show you a couple of other books that I got over the month of December and January. I have a big pile with me. Let me show you. Yeah, I have a very big pile of books that I need to show you. So yeah, let's get started from the beginning. So in December, a friend of mine visited and visited Delhi, and she wanted to go to this bookshop. So I took her there, and I ended up buying like 5 books from there. So let me quickly show you what all I got. So the first book is Throne of Broken Gods by Amber V. Nicole. As you guys know, I read book 1 this past year, I think in October or November. Well, I'm forgetting when, but towards the later part of the year, and I loved it. It was called The Book of Azriel, and that book ended on that cliffhanger. Literally, I think killed me. So I'm very excited to dive back into this universe. And let me just read the back. Where there are gods, there are also monsters. When I burn this world to embers and you paint me as the villain, remember, I really did try to be good once. Diana is hell-bent on revenge, and as the last shred of her humanity is stripped from her, she decides to embrace her monstrous side and set the worlds alight. Sam Keel alone refuses to believe that she has become the monster that everyone else sees, and he'll do anything in his power to save her from herself, even if it means losing her. With every realm now at risk from Caden's army and a myriad of new threats on the horizon, Sam Keel can't afford to let his guard down, and as Diana's thirst for blood only increases, he is running out of time to save both. You don't know how I'm stopping myself from reading this book. I do have a couple of other books that I need to read before I get to this one. So I will probably be reading this in Feb, hopefully, because I have, I think, 2 other books to read. This is an incomplete series right now. So I think 4 books are out of total 7. So I really need to catch up quickly before book number 5 is released, because I want to start keeping up with releases now. And yeah, I have a lot to catch up on. So very, very excited for this one. So the next one that I want to show you is called Nightshade by Autumn Woods. I've already read this book. I got it in December and I read it like, I think, beginning of January. I devoured this in like 2 days. I'm not kidding. This was so good. I was, oh my god. This was so good. I needed something dark. This is like a dark academia romantasy, and it delivered. It was fast paced. It was so dark. It was so mysterious. It had like some paranormal elements to it as well. And I loved this one so much. Like, I love that it's a small book. I love that it was fast paced because I literally ate this up. This one thing I like to say is I felt that the main characters towards the end, like I feel like I needed a lot more from them. And I felt the ending was a little bit rushed in my opinion. However, having said that, it's still a great book. I highly recommend that you guys check this out. Book 2 is going to be out soon, so I'm very, very excited about that, and I cannot wait to dive right into it. So next book that I got was The Wolf King by Lauren Palfreyman. Look at the cover. It's gorgeous. It's stunning. I've been meaning to read this series also for so long. I think I've spoken about this. Oh, we have a bookmark. I've spoken about this on my Instagram as well. And very excited to read this. I honestly have no idea what the series is about. I genuinely got it because the cover is so damn pretty. I can't stop staring at it. So yeah, let me just read the back. When war erupts between humans and werewolves, a princess finds herself torn between duty and desire. On the eve of her wedding, Princess Aurora catches the eye of a powerful alpha, Callum. Believing she's the key to ending a brutal war, Callum kidnaps Aurora, whisking her away to the rugged lands north of the border. There, a forbidden attraction starts to grow. Just as Aurora learns not all wolves are bad, Callum discovers that she is in danger from those closest to him. With monsters on both sides, a bloodthirsty war between humans and wolves raging, and undeniable passion growing between them, will their story end in love or tragedy, and will Aurora ever get to go home? Does she want to? Interesting. So, I'm very excited to dive into the series. Second book is also out. It's called The Night Prince, and we're currently awaiting the third book, which is going to be coming out this year itself, I believe. So, very excited about that. I honestly have so many series that I want to read. So I really need to read quickly because I have a lot of catching up to do in terms of, new books coming out. A lot of series on my TBR where like 3 to 4 books are already out and the 4th or 5th or 6th one is coming out. So that we have a lot of catching up to do, because as I said, I want to keep up with releases now. I feel like if I don't keep up with them, I sort of just let them go and I procrastinate and I never end up sort of reading them. So I want to stop doing that, and I want to read things when I think about it or when I feel like reading them, because if I let it go, it just goes and it's lost in the abyss and I never end up getting back to it. So one of my goals this year is to really, firstly, pick up the things that I genuinely want to read, and not because it's all over social media, and pick up things that are really exciting to me. I feel like the moment I pick things up which I'm not sort of interested in, I sort of fall into a reading slump, and I don't want to be doing that. So I just want to pick up books that I'm genuinely excited in, and also I want to sort of catch up on all the unfinished series so that I'm able to read them at the proper time when I actually want to read them. Otherwise, I feel like since I have so many books to read, they just sort of get lost. So I'm going to try and follow that rule this year. We'll see how that goes, because we have a lot of catching up to do. Okay, so the next one I got was the Bloodwing series. The first two books of the Bloodwing series, Bloodwing Academy, On Wings of Blood, and The Bonds That Burn. Again, this is right up my alley. These are the kind of books that I'm interested in, and I was debating picking this up, but I was like, this just sounds so good that I want to read it now. So I picked it up. I'm just going to read the back. It says, "Welcome to Bloodwing Academy. Expect magic, expect competition, expect blood." I didn't sign up for this. A half-fae in a school of high-blood vampires, that's a recipe for disaster. I'm Medra Pendragon, last of the Dragon Riders, or so they tell me. Funny thing is, there are no dragons left. But that hasn't stopped the vampires from deciding I'm worth capturing. Now I'm stuck at Bloodwing Academy, where the high-bloods run everything, and the Blightborn are just blood in their veins, pawns in their games. But the worst part, Blake Drackharrow. He's been tormenting me since the moment we met, and now thanks to some ancient ritual, we're betrothed. He acts like he owns me, but I'm not going down without a fight. Bloodwing isn't just a school, it's a battlefield, and if you're weak, you're dead. Between deadly competitions and dragon-shaped secret looming over my head, all I have to do is survive. Except I'm starting to think the real danger is what I'm becoming in this twisted game of power. And Blake might just be the one who pushes me over the edge. They think they can control me, they think they can use me, but they have no idea of what they've awakened. Interesting. See, I love like a dark academia. I love a school setting. I love fae. I love dragons. I love dragon riders. So I think I will really enjoy this series. I'm hoping I really enjoy it because I've heard a lot about it and this one really intrigued me. So we'll see how this one goes. So now the next set of books, these are the ones I got at the World Book Fair that happened in Delhi in the beginning of January. I've already done a video on this on my Instagram. So I thought I'll quickly just show to you what all I got. The first book was a highly anticipated read of mine. It's called Blood Over Bright Haven by ML Wong. I've been meaning to read this author for so long. And there's another book by the author called Sword of Kaigan, which I also want to read. So that is also on my list. I didn't end up buying that yet because it's on Kindle Unlimited, so I will probably be reading it there. It says Truth Over Delusion. For 20 years, Siona has devoted every waking moment to the study of magic. When she finally achieves her ambition to become the first woman admitted to the high magistry at the University of Magics and Industry, she finds herself undermined at every turn. Instead of a lab assistant, she's paired with a janitor, putting her crucial research at risk. But Thomil wasn't always a janitor. Once a nomadic hunter from the wild plains outside the city, he now sees a chance to understand the forces that decimated his tribe and drove him from the homeland. Together they will uncover an ancient secret that could change the course of magic forever if it doesn't get them killed first. See, interesting. Magic, I'm in. Like, you tell me to read anything magic, I will read it. I love it. I love reading about magic. I love reading fantasy. So I think this book, I'm really going to enjoy this book. A couple of my friends also recommended this and they loved it. And we have like quite a similar taste in books. So very excited for this one. As I said, I have a lot of books to catch up on. So this one is definitely being read very soon. So next book that I got was a very popular book called A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. I'm sure a lot of people would have heard about this. I know it's very traumatic, it's very tragic. I know people haven't been able to finish this book. People have cried their eyes out, cried their guts out. Yes, I know everything, but I wanted to experience this for myself. and I saw it at the book fair and I was like, let me just pick it up. It says 4 graduates moved to New York, broke adrift and buoyed only by their friendship and ambition. Oh, there is kind, handsome actor Willem, the sardonic painter JB, Malcolm, a frustrated architect, and the brilliant yet enigmatic Jude, who serves as their center of gravity. Over many decades, their complex relationships come to be defined by their respective addictions, successes, and traumas in this immensely powerful novel of love and the limits of human endurance. I don't know how I will like this book because I don't usually read books like this. But as I said, this year I wanted to expand my genres and read different kinds of books. So I'm very excited to read this one. I'm hoping I like it. I'm hoping it doesn't destroy me, but I know for a fact that it will. So kind of intimidated by this one, but I will definitely give it a go. So last year I read 7 Year Slip by Ashley Boston and I loved it. Like, I did not expect to love it so much. It like exceeded my expectations. The whole aspect of, magical realism intertwined with romance, I wasn't behind it at all in the beginning. But I changed my mind while reading that book because that book is a literal masterpiece. I loved it so much. So I picked up another book by the same author, Ashley Boston, called Sounds Like Love. Again, I've heard a lot about this book and I really wanted to give more of her books a go. I generally would not pick up books like this, but since I love the 7 Year Slip so much, I wanted to read more books by this author. So I know that all of her books do employ this aspect of magical realism. So I'm kind of excited to read more about it. It says Joni Lark wants to create the melodies that get stuck in your head and your heart. Her hometown has always given her surf, sand, and inspiration, but when her parents decide to close the family music venue, Joni's life begins to fall off key. She couldn't possibly write another song until a melody comes to her, half formed and with an imagined voice that she can't forget. But when the very real, very aggravating man behind the voice shows up in Vienna shores, Joni can no longer deny that the inexplicable telepathic connection. To get out of each other's heads, they'll have to finish the song haunting them both. But there's just one problem. They can't agree on anything, and if they don't change their tune, it might just end in heartbreak first. Cool. Hoping I like this as much as I liked 7 Year Slip, because that book really knocked it out of the park for me, and I was pleasantly surprised by that book. So I'm hoping this one does the same for me. There's this author that I've been meaning to read for so long, and her name is Kristen Hanna, and I wanted to pick this book up for the better part of last year, and it's called The Nightingale. And again, I've heard a lot about this. I think this is like historical fiction, and it's set in the World War II background. Again, I don't know much about it, but let me just read the back. The Nightingale is a phenomenon that has enthralled a generation of readers. Goodreads' best historical novel of the year. Interesting. The story is about what it's like to be a woman during the war, when women's stories are all too often forgotten or overlooked. With courage, grace, and powerful insight, best-selling author Kristen Hanna captures the epic panorama of World War II and illuminates an intimate part of history seldom seen, the Women's War. The Nightingale tells the story of two sisters separated by years and experience, by ideals, passion, and circumstance, each embarking on her own dangerous path towards survival, love, and freedom in war-torn France. It is a heartbreakingly beautiful novel that celebrates the resilience of the human spirit and the durability of women. It is a novel for everyone, a novel for a lifetime. Sounds really nice, I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to read more of like women-centric novels this year, so I really had to pick this one up. This one is being adapted to a movie. I think one of her other books called Firefly Lane. It's already a TV series which I've seen, and I loved that TV show. So I want to read that book too, but I thought I'd start with this since this is one of her most popular books. There are other titles by this author called The Women, which I also want to read. There are many more which I want to read, which I can't remember right now, but I think best to start with this and then we'll see how it goes. So the next one is again a very highly anticipated read of mine, and it's called Red City by Marie Lu. Anything fantasy, high fantasy, you give me, I'll read it. Literally, if I go to a bookstore, I am literally attracted to the fantasy section. I won't care about the romance section, I won't care about anything. You just take me to the fantasy section and I will like eat it up. I haven't read the back yet, so I'll probably read it with you guys. The first thing they learn about alchemy is that you don't talk about it. Honestly, this word alchemy it gives me trauma. After reading Alchemized, I am so traumatized by this word that I am feeling scared right now even reading this blurb. Alchemy is the magical art of transformation, marketed as sand, an illegal drug. It transforms users into more perfect versions of themselves. And among the gleaming skyscrapers of Angel City, it's controlled by two rival syndicates. But when two childhood friends choose opposite sides, the city and their lives will be irrevocably transformed. Sharp as a blade, Sam lives in poverty, and she'll do anything to join the Grand Central Syndicate and claim a better life. Charismatic Ari, Charismatic Ari is taken from his family as a boy to become a Lumine's apprentice and will become one of his side's brightest stars. Each will abandon the other to pursue their ambitions. They might have loved one another once, but will either survive the escalating conflict to come. As I said, I've seen this all over social media, and this book really genuinely intrigued me. So last book that I have to show you guys is, I'm currently reading it, and it's called My Friends by Friedrich Bachmann. I think you all must know about it by now. This is Friedrich Bachmann's latest book. I've never read a book by him, but I've heard so much about it, and I'm currently like 100 pages in, and I'm loving it. Honestly, in the beginning, I thought this book would be a DNF because I'm not used to reading books like this. I'm not used to reading writing like this. So this writing style is very new to me, and I am like a fantasy reader. So I love like fast-paced things happening back to back. Whenever things get slow, I'm sort of like, it doesn't sit well with me, which is not great, I know. So because I wanted to like sort of, diversify my reading taste, this is why I picked this up. I generally would not pick it up. This is also part of the book club this month. So yeah, I'm very excited to finish this because this is turning out to be a great read. I think in the first 100 pages, I've already cried 3 times. And I just feel like this author is so real about life, about the things around you, things that you take for granted. And it's sort of like I'm relating to this book in a very weird way. The author is able to like capture these little things that happen in life in such a real way that it's very, very heart-touching and heartwarming. And like, even though I'm not done with this book, I know this book is going to be like a 5-star for me. So definitely you should check this out. Let me just read the back for you guys. You have to take life for granted, the artist thinks. The whole thing, sunrises and slow Sunday mornings and water balloons and another person's breath against your neck. That's the only courageous thing a person can do. In the corner of one of the most famous paintings in the world, 3 tiny figures sit at the end of a pier. Most people don't even notice them. Most people think it's just a depiction of the sea. But Louisa, an aspiring artist herself, knows otherwise. 25 years earlier, in a distant seaside town, a group of teenagers seek refuge from their bruising home lives by spending long summer days together. They tell jokes, they share secrets, and they commit small acts of rebellion. These lost souls find in each other a reason to get up each morning, a reason to dream, a reason to love. Out of that summer emerges a transcendent work of art, a painting that will unexpectedly be placed into 18-year-old Louisa's care. Determined to learn how it came to be and to decide what to do with it, Louisa embarks on a cross-country journey. But the closer she gets to the painting's birthplace, the more nervous she becomes. In this stunning testament to the transformative, timeless power of friendship and art, Louisa is proof that happy endings don't always take the form we expect. So yes, I'm very excited to finish this book. As I said, I'm 100 pages in, and I feel like this book is not something I can read in one sitting. I have been reading like bits of it every day, so probably like 50 to 80 pages a day, and I feel like that's the best way to read a book like this because it is so real. Like, I feel like after every chapter, I'm just sitting and thinking about life. So I feel it really makes you introspect on your own life and how you view certain things, or how small things affect you, and it makes you think of the larger, like the bigger picture. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I would definitely recommend you guys to check this one out. Okay, so that was it for my haul, and I'm so glad I got this out because these books have been lying on my table for the past, I think, month, and I was cleaning and I was like, I really need to make this video, so I sat down and I did it today, and now it's done. So now I can put these on my TBR shelf. So yes, I have a lot of reading to do this month. Right now we're already almost at the end of January. I have read a lot of books, and I'm so happy because this month I got to read a lot of different genres, and that was one of my reading goals. So very, very happy about that. And I'm discovering new authors, discovering new books, and life's great. So yes, I'll see you guys very soon for the next video. Stay tuned.